The woman runs a children's restaurant out of her home, charging each child only $15 a day. Not only did she serve food that was clean and hygienic, but she also helped parents by picking up and dropping off their kids at school. Despite all this, the parents still weren't grateful. They complained that the woman's meals were $10 more expensive than the restaurant downstairs and demanded she refund the money. If she didn't, they threatened to go to her husband's workplace and cause a scene. They originally thought that by making a fuss, the woman would lower her prices and continue to serve them. But to their surprise, the woman immediately agreed to refund the money and announced that she would no longer pick up their kids or cook for them. The neighbors scolded her for being selfish, saying that now she wouldn't serve them because she wasn't making money, and that the kids wouldn't have a place to eat anymore. Just as everyone was worrying, one of the children's grandmothers suggested that her relatives owned a small restaurant downstairs, where meals cost $5 a day. The food was said to be not only cheaper, but also of better quality, with meat in every meal. Upon hearing this, the neighbors were thrilled, and they followed the old woman downstairs to pay. Little did they know, they would regret this decision. The next day, the woman was woken up by the noise of the small restaurant opening downstairs. She went to investigate and found that the meat was not fresh. She warned the parents that the meat could poison their children. Hearing this, everyone became worried. But the old woman immediately retorted, saying that her daughter ran a pig farm, so their meat was very cheap. What the old woman didn't know was that the woman was a reborn person. She already knew that the pig farm had gone bankrupt and that the meat was not fresh, but the neighbors all believed the old woman, thinking that the woman was just jealous of losing customers and that she was slandering them. The woman didn't care about their opinions. She only wanted to take good care of her own child. Suddenly, a company supervisor came to find her, wanting to hire her to make lunch for 20 of the company's employees. The supervisor said the meal cost wouldn't exceed $80 a day. It turned out that the supervisor had heard from the meat vendor about how the woman always requested the freshest meat for the kids. So the supervisor trusted the quality of her food. The woman originally wanted to refuse, but when she saw that the supervisor had already prepared the contract, she decided not to decline. She lowered the meal price to $50 a day and personally delivered the lunches to the company. The employees all praised her cooking. Just as she was about to leave, she received a transfer of $15,000 from the supervisor. After calculating, she realized that after costs, she would make $5,000 in profit. She planned to buy her daughter a new pair of shoes and her husband a tie. At that moment, the old woman from the downstairs restaurant came to the supervisor, slandering that the woman's food was unclean and expensive. She tried to convince the supervisor to let her handle the company lunches. The woman immediately swore that her food was absolutely clean and free of additives. The supervisor believed her and had the security guard throw the old woman out. The old woman's proposal to cooperate with the woman was also rejected. Furious, the old woman incited the neighbors, who immediately accused the woman of stealing her business. They demanded that the woman's family restaurant be shut down. Just then, the parents received a call from the school teacher, informing them that the children had been poisoned. It was then that they realized the food from the downstairs restaurant was unhygienic. They immediately went to the old woman to demand an explanation.